Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue together the feet and also the pull tabs for the drawers. Now, no matter which version of the drawers you're making, you're always going to have 4 of the feet. But depending on whether you're making a single drawer, double drawer, triple, or quadruple drawer, you're going to have 1 of these sets for each one of the drawers. And it doesn't matter whether it's a hinged lid or whether it's a pull-out lid, or a pull-out drawer, they're all going to have these. So I'll show you real quick how these go together. Let's start with the feet. Each one of these are exactly the same. You've got a circle like this. You're going to glue this piece in like this, and then this is the foot that you're going to glue on just like that. So when you get done, it's going to look like this. So I'll do all 4 of those real quick. All right, we'll glue those onto the bottom when we are all done. Now let's do the pull tabs. So each one of these is exactly the same. We've got a scored circle there to show you where this piece goes. And then this one has a scored circle on the back. And you can just stick it on just like that. And you'll do 1 of these for each one of the levels of the drawers. All right, now let's go ahead and put the drawers together. I'll show you how to do 1, but you'll do however many you need for your particular chosen drawer set. So here are all the pieces. We've got the 2 short sides, the long sides. The back one is this one here that has this tab in the back so that when you pull the drawer out, it doesn't just come completely out. Then you've got the bottom of the drawer. You've got score lines that show where you're going to put each one of these rails on here. And then you've got the front of the drawer, the decorative front of the drawer. So let's start by gluing the rails onto the bottom. You've got 2 that are skinnier right here, and then the thicker one in the middle. It's really important that the middle one be exactly right so that it slides perfectly. Then you flip this over, and we can build the rest of the drawer. You can start with any piece you want. I'll start with one of the long pieces. Once you've got that together, then now you're going to take this piece here with the score line on it, put some glue here and glue this onto the face. Make sure that you do not glue it to this side with the tab on it. It's going to be the one without the tab. That will be the front of your drawer. And then you'll repeat this as many times as you need to for however many drawers you want. We'll move this over to the side, we'll let the glue dry, and then at the end we'll put the pull tabs on the front. The next step is starting with the bottom plate. This is what it looks like. It's got score lines right here for these 2 rails to go on. And you will end up gluing your feet to the bottom here when we're done. So the first thing you want to do is you want to glue on your rails. So we'll go ahead and put glue here. And make sure when you're gluing these on that you get them perfectly aligned with the edge of this hole on either side, because if you get it too far in, your drawer will not slide properly. That's why those score lines are there to help guide you. Next, we'll start building the walls for this drawer. And whether you're building a single drawer, double, triple, or even a quadruple drawer, the bottommost drawers will all be the same way. The only one that'll be different is if you have a hinged lid on the top. Otherwise, these will all just repeat. So now what you need is you need a long piece for the back here. You need a short piece for the side and another short piece for the other side. And then you need the curved piece that looks like this to go on the top. And then you need the curved piece like this to go in the front. And you can put glue on the ends of these short pieces because they will end up sticking to the front and the back. All right, so now you've got the bottom level done, and your drawer is going to end up sliding right in here, and it will use these 2 rails to guide it to keep it straight. Next, you'll put on the same bottom piece that you just did and build another layer just like this. And you will do that for every layer except the top one. The top one will be different. So we'll go ahead and do this one real quickly as well. Make sure you keep these small slots to the front. Remember that these tabs that go in here are only going to be half length, so they will not come up flush to the top because you're going to put another piece directly on top of those. Now you'll go ahead and put on your rails on this one again. Then you'll also use the exact same pieces you used before, the back, the two sides, and the front. And now, if you are finished with the regular, the layers that have the drawers that go in them, and you're at the top one, since this one is a hinged version, the top one is a fake drawer. You're not going to have an actual slide-in drawer. So in this case, this solid piece is your next piece to go on. So you're going to put that one on. I'll put this on here without glue for a second. Put those on, and then you're going to take your two side pieces that have the hole in the side there. Put those there. I doubt this will stand up. Oh, there it goes. And then you're going to have your front and your back. Now, this one right here with the notches is the back. That one goes right there. And then the one without the notches goes in the front. It's important to do this in the right way, in the right order, because what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece here, which is your hinged lid, and you're going to put it in this side here, and you're going to trap it here so that it can rotate up and down. So you need to make sure that you put in 3 sides and then put the 4th one in last. So I'll show you how to do that. Let's do that together. Now for this last side, we need to do this in a particular order. We will take the lid here and we'll put this tab into this hole over here and let it just sit on the frame just like this. And now we will glue this side in and we will trap that tab into this hole as we go. And be careful not to get any glue under this lid because we don't want to glue it shut. We want it to be able to still hinge and open as it needs to, like this. All right, now we're almost done. Now we've got this piece that goes on top, and there are score lines on the bottom that would help you line up this lid. And this shows you where you can put glue. So put glue only inside these score lines. If you get it outside the score line, you're going to end up gluing your lid shut, so you don't want to do that. So here's how I do it. I'll put glue just inside this score line here. And then when you flip it over, you're going to put these knobs, these little half circles, or those circles there, inside these 2 slots and push it toward the back if there's any slack on it. So you're going to do just like this. Put it just like that. And then what I do is while this glue is drying, or actually before I even put that down, I'll open up the lid a little bit and do this right here. I don't know if you can tell that I have the lid open and my thumb's under it. And I'll take a scrap piece of wood, or a couple scrap pieces of wood, and I'll put it in here so that the lid's going to close on this piece right here, just like that. So that as that glue is drying, if I happen to get any glue accidentally outside of the frame, that it doesn't glue the lid shut. So you can let it dry like this. All right, once that's dry, we've just got to put on our corner pieces. There's 4 that look just like this, rounded on one corner. You can just put a dot of glue here, and then you're going to line this up so that it's perpendicular to this line, and it's hanging over the edge just a little bit. So it goes right like that. Same for all 4 corners. Now on here, don't get glue on the top of that circle there. Just put it outside the circle, outside the slot like this. All right, the last 2 things we need to do is put the feet on and then put the pull tabs on the front of our drawers. So we're going to take this, now that it's all dry, we'll take it and we'll flip it over. And we'll put on the feet. And the 4 feet just go 45-degree angles out from each corner like this. We'll set this out of the way for just a minute. Bring back in our two drawers that are now dry. We'll take our two pull tabs, and what you want to do is I'll turn this around so you can see it a little better. What you want to do is you want to glue these on centered this way, and I want to take this circle right here and line it up with that rail as best I can, about like that. So I'll put a little bit of glue on here, and then I'll put it down right about like that. Set that one off to the side. All right, now we're ready to put our drawers in. I'll hold it toward you to see if I can do this so you can see it easily. But you just take the drawer, you tip it in slightly so that you get past this tab on the back, and they'll slide right in, and it'll use that rail on the bottom to guide it in. Oh, and the one last thing we need to do is we need to put the pull tab in the middle right there, and we'll be good to go. And there we are. There's our version of the 3 drawers with the hinged top. As you can see, regardless of how many drawers you do, all of these steps repeat, and it makes it really easy to make it, whether it's 1 drawer, 2 drawer, 3 drawers, or 4.